began to look for the evidence of how insane I was and why I was staying in that hospital so long and how my fun things were getting me in trouble. I was on that open ward for about 3 months, and it was fun time, fun time. Greatest experience you can have if you like to play games, entertainment all the time. Every weekend, most of the guys would get passes to go home. I could never get a pass because this doctor would tell me, she said, well, you don't know anybody in St. Louis. What the hell do you want a pass for? You stay here. I can't trust you outside. You tried to kill yourself once. And I said, no, I didn't. I better shut up. Finally, once after a hell of a lot of pleading, week after week, she said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. She said, this week, she said, I'm going to let you go on a pass just for Saturday. From 8 o'clock Saturday morning 8 o'clock Saturday night. If you do good on that, she said, then maybe I'll think about letting you have an overnight pass. Oh, man, that was great. Well, you guys know how it is. You're on a ward, you're on a unit. It's just like the camaraderie you experience it when you're buddied up in the service. About 80 guys in this unit, you know, and I'm broke. I don't have any money. A lot of the other guys live in and around St. Louis, had money coming in, families close by. So they all chipped in, you know, because, oh, Duff's going to get a pass. They give me about $174. Now, you give an alcoholic $174 in St. Louis, 12-hour pass, you know, he's got to get in trouble. Now, they were giving out antabuse in those days, and that was supposedly to act as a deterrent, you know, against anybody drinking. Now, I'll show you how insane I was. There is a way to beat antabuse. You see, when you take antabuse, for those of you who don't know it, it's a pill. And if you drink alcohol within a 24-hour period after digesting this pill, you're going to get violently ill. You're going to regurgitate and throw up like you've never done before. The theory, of course, behind the pill is that you've known you take the pill, so you ain't going to drink because you don't want to get sick. But for smartasses like me who want to drink, but have been forced, well, we didn't even get the pill. We got it shot in our ass, you know, because they didn't give you a chance to tongue it or anything like that. So you know you're loaded with it. Well, the first thing you do is you stop by a delicatessen, and you get a pint of half and half. And you take that into the men's room of the saloon, where you go, and you get a big glass of wine. You go into the men's room, and you drink down the half and half. And that sort of lubricates and puts an inner wall on your stomach. And then you throw in that glass of wine, and then you start to throw up. But you don't feel it as bad. It doesn't hurt as bad, because it's coming up with that half and half. And once you've thrown up, man, then you can go, Charlie. You've gotten rid of the antabuse. And that's exactly what I and every other son of a bitch on them wards used to do. The guy across the street in that little delicatessen used to sell more half and half, I guess, than they did any place in town. Probably never even knew why. So you do crazy, insane things like that. So here I am out on my pass. I drank my half and half, and I'm drinking up a storm, having a lot of fun, hanging around in a lesbian joint called the Tiger Doll. Struck up a good relationship there with the woman that owned the place, gave me a part-time job if I wanted it. And I'm getting a lot of free drinks, having a good time. And I'm realizing that, hey, now don't screw up. Because if you screw up, you know, you're not going to be able to come out anymore. So I'm watching the clock pretty faithfully and decide, well, I'm going to get back, you know, in time. I'll be all right. And so it's about maybe 10 to 8 at night. And I'm within striking distance of the hospital. All I had to do was walk across the street and check in, go to bed, and everything would have been all right. But alcoholics never get enough. I've been drinking all goddamn day long, and I still had 10 minutes. I'm going to have one more. Well, John Cochran Hospital is on Grand Boulevard. It's got a divider running down the center of it. And the hospital sits right in the middle of the block. So in order to get to the main entrance of the hospital, you have to go up to a corner at each end and cross over and then walk back down into the hospital. Well, directly across from the hospital was a little tiny saloon run by a former GI called the Bastard's Sons. And I decided, well, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get a couple of pops, you know, before I go in. And I went in there, I got a couple of drinks, and I'm shooting a bowl with someone. I looked at the clock, and geez, 2 minutes to 8. I knew I didn't have time to run up to the corner and then cross with the light, then run back. I think I just shoot right across the boulevard. And out the door I go, and I run right smack into the side of a bread truck. Boom! It knocked me back. Didn't hurt me, just knocked me on my ass. But you've never seen anything until you see an accident in front of a veterans hospital. Ambulances dropped out of the sky. Bells went off, sirens rang. I never saw so many nurses in my life. Doctors, everybody running around like that. And they get me in an emergency room and everything. Find out, hell, I'm all right. And bang, up to the ward I go. Well, I don't have to tell you what Monday morning was like when my doctor showed up. She called me right away. I remember walking in that office, and there she had my file out there. She said, yeah, you're really going to get even with this system, wasn't you, huh? You were going to get even with the military, the VA, everything all in one shot, huh? kill yourself right in front of the hospital. I said, I wasn't trying to kill myself. And there I was talking again. What are you running in the side of bread trucks for? Suicidal tendencies, suicidal tendencies. All over. Well, finally she got transferred. Thank God for that, or I'd probably still be there. And I don't want to make fun of the VA because it's a good system. There are guys in there that know what the hell they're doing and understand things. One of them was the guy that took over my case. Because he called me in the very first day he got on duty, you know, and I walked into his office ready to play the goddamn games with him again and give him all the old bullshit. You Duffy? And I said, yeah, he got the file. He's going, you're an alcoholic, aren't you? I looked at that. That'd be the first time I heard them words mentioned. He said, you're just in here to screw around. He said, I think I'll discharge you today. Wow. Here he was giving me everything I've been running up and down in them wards saying I wanted. You know, oh, what the hell I get out of this son of a bitch? Where the hell I get out of this goddamn place? Really wanting to stay there. Now this guy's turning me out into the cold, man. He's letting me go. And he knew I was an alcoholic. He knew I wasn't insane. He knew I wasn't emotionally immature. He knew that all my mentality was there. And he knew I was playing that game. And he turned me loose. Boy, and from then on, I had to do some heavy thinking. I think the time that it really struck home, though, was on Wednesday night. Now, I know you're going to sort of giggle at this, but we got to remember there are a lot of mentally ill people. And the mentally